Hello everyone, today we're taking 4 flannels and transforming them 4 different ways. With this first one, I'm going to take my child's waist measurement and cut out elastic for it. Turn the flannel wrong side out and measure up where I want the elastic. And then following that line, I'm going to zigzag stitch the elastic onto it. And the first one is done. Now this one is going to be a little bit more complicated. I'm taking a shirt for a pattern, folding it up, tracing it out, and then I'm going to cut it out. Now we have a back and front piece. Taking that bottom piece we cut off, I'm going to take off the elastic that was on here. Now we're going to put our bodice pieces right sides touching, and we're going to sew the shoulder seams together. Now taking the sleeves off that shirt and the cuffs, we're going to go ahead and do this to both the sleeves, making 2 rectangles. Then we're going to cut them open along their seam. Once that's done, we need to cut them in half again so that we get 2 long pieces. But before that, we're going to go ahead and straighten out the edges. So now this is where I cut it in half. I'm going to put them right sides together and sew it to make a longer strip. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the edges, and then finish off the edge of the skirt as well. Now I need a base stitch along all the tops of these pieces. Now laying out our bodice flat, we're going to gather the sleeve piece and start pinning it to the bodice. Just gather as you go to make it fit. Once that's done, sew it. And now I'm going to go ahead and attach the ruffle to the sides of my bodice as well. So I'm just going to pin them right sides together and sew the 2 fronts and the 2 backs. Now we need to pin our side seams together. We're going to move the ruffle out of the way so we don't catch it. So I'm just going to pin it down. Do the same thing to the other side and sew them. Once that's finished, remember to take your pins off. And now we need to gather that skirt piece to fit the bodice. Once it's gathered to fit, we're going to pin them right sides touching. And sew it. Now we need to hem the sleeves. I wanted to take the cuffs and make a collar, so I'm going to go ahead and pin the right side of the collar, or the collar piece, to the wrong side of my bodice. And then taking the other cuff and doing the same thing to the other side. And then sew it. And now this is our finished shirt. You can either wear it with this as the front or the button side as the front. It don't matter. It'll look cute either way. Now moving on to our third flannel, we're going to go ahead and rip the pocket off. I originally was going to make a top, but then that didn't work out, so I decided to make a skirt. So I'm just going to cut out a skirt, put them right sides together, and sew down the sides. Once that's done and the top is finished, we're going to fold over the top, making a casing, sew all the way around, leaving an opening for the elastic. Take elastic that's at your waist measurement, and we're going to put it through the casing. Once it's through, go ahead and sew your elastic together and close the casing. Now we're going to take strips from the sleeve and make a long rectangle. Fold it in half, sew all the way around, right sides touching, leaving an opening. Take another sleeve piece, make it long ways, and do the same thing. Clip your corners and then go ahead and turn them right side out. Taking a needle and thread, we're going to go ahead and go up the center of that long piece and then up the center of your bow piece. Wrap the thread around it a couple times and then sew it. Now taking a tab off of your already finished off placket, I'm just going to use that and sew that onto it. And then sew the bow to your skirt. And your skirt is finished. Now with the last shirt, we're going to go ahead and cut off the bottom. And then I'm going to cut out a little armhole on both sides to make it look like a little top. Straighten out that bottom edge on that bottom piece that you cut out. And now taking that ruffle piece, we're going to take the button off and make this one continuous strip by putting right sides together and sewing it. Now I'm taking the button off the top, pinning them the right side of the ruffle touching the wrong side of the bodice to both sides, front and back. And then sew it. Once that's sewn, we're going to go ahead and flip over to make a casing. So just pin this all the way around. And then sew it, leaving an opening for our elastic. Once the elastic is in, go ahead and finish off the bottom edge of your ruffle if you want to. I decided just to sew it and leave it frayed. And then for the bottom, cut out elastic to fit your tummy and zigzag stitch it all the way around. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry if it seems rushed. It kind of was, but hope you guys liked it anyways.